Check, check, check. 1, 2. Check.
What the hell are we going to talk about today? I'm exhausted. We've just been talking for an hour.
But I never bring anything anyway. I do have one thing.
What?
Lanark pick.
Oh, you good. I've got a good pick. You've got the Lanark pick.
Lanark pick comes from, be honest, comes from JB.
Okay, well, JB will pipe in today, JB, from time to time.
Oh, yeah, I'll pipe in when I can. I'll do my research in the background, but the Lanark pick is classic.
It's warm in the studio.
You should be ready. We're going to have some Olympic stuff maybe to talk about.
Are the Olympics on?
Yeah. That's exactly how we'll play that. That's perfect. So.
Good.
You're protesting it. He's just ignorant about it. And I'm a bit of a junkie, for sure. But even I was caught off guard.
Yeah. I have a comment about the hockey, women's.
Right. Okay, save it for the show.
Okay.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Roll.
Warning. This podcast will be an injurious waste of your time. Warning. This podcast will be an injurious waste of your time.
Yeah, good morning. I'll take a medium with 2 sugar and a medium regular, please. JB, thanks for the coffee.
Oh, you're welcome, boys. You're welcome, boys. Sorry, sorry that I got you an apple fritter there. And you're trying to cut back on sugar.
Medium regular.
Oh, I'm on and off the sugar bandwagon, boys. It goes from, well, it's not even that much. It's a regular coffee or just 1 cream.
But who dangles a donut on somebody that's actually trying to,
especially those fritters. They're good.
It's glorious.
Yes, thank you for the coffee.
Although the trade-off,
I had a fritter.
The trade-off was very entertaining, watching DDT try to wash his hands in the snowbank.
Oh, they're so sticky, the fritters, though, eh?
Oh, delicious.
They're delicious, but they're sticky.
You and your dirty fritters.
They're not dirty, sticky.
Dirty hands.
Sticky.
Not dirty hands, sticky hands.
Sticky hands.
Sticky hands.
Oh, God, that's warning.
Warning right there, yeah. The sticky hands.
What do we got for the show today?
You tell me. Mr. Host.
I have a good pick. I made it back to the cinema yesterday with the wife.
The cinema.
And so I got a pick. I mean, we could jump right into that, or we got your.
I got a Lanark
We're deferring the Lanark pick to both you boys to kind of banter back and forth.
So you got a movie pick.
I got an actual movie pick.
Mine's
DDT's got a Lanark pick,
which is a movie as
Actually, you know what? I got a TV show pick.
Oh, you got a Stittsville pick.
I got a Stittsville TV show pick.
That's a bonus.
Bonus pick.
Bonus.
We didn't talk about this.
We didn't talk about this.
I don't know.
I just thought about it.
I don't know. Can we do that? Can we just throw things in?
We usually screen your contributions beforehand.
I'm sorry.
Can we do that? Can we just throw
3 picks?
Things in?
Why not?
Is that too much?
It's one of those weeks.
Yeah.
You know, it's middle of winter. People need a lot of picks. They don't know what to watch.
There's a lot of stuff happening, though.
There's a lot of
in the world
these
today.
Days. Yeah.
A lot of stuff happening in the world.
Should play a game of Spot the Canadian Flags.
There's a lot here in the parking lot.
There's a few in the buildings, too. The empty government buildings.
Yeah.
We can't get too political.
No. We got political last week.
This show is supposed to be about everything outside of the major news.
Just to make people laugh and giggle, right?
Yeah, keep some sanity.
Yeah, and to make them feel better than us, because they probably are. Keep
some sanity while we injuriously waste their time.
Yeah, and hunker down through endless lockdowns.
But we
oh, sorry.
We did hit the convoy last week.
Positive.
In Antrim.
We should kind of just sum that up.
Arnprior, Ontario.
Yeah.
Second week in a row that the protests are going on.
Second week in the row. I don't know if there was anything going on up in Arnprior or whether
I don't think so.
Whether folks are regathering and heading down. We saw that little mini convoy yesterday, though.
Yes,
heading down Richmond Road.
Farm
bunch of tractors. Yeah. Bunch of snow blowers.
Yeah, snow blowers.
Was it the little driveway tractors?
They were farm tractors, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They're not so little, though. Like, you mean how little?
No. I just meant the ones that kind of go around.
That do the snow blowing.
That do the snow removal.
We got caught on the way to our coffee yesterday.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
I wasn't happy. I was hammering on my horn. And they thought I was supporting them. No, I just wanted them to get the heck out of the way.
Just trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, get like, what are you doing? I'm like beeping, and they're like giving me thumbs up.
F150 studio's been declared.
Oh God, now those guys are waving at us over there. We're not supporting you.
Well, I am.
It's a real mixed bag in this vehicle, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, yeah, last week was. I just want to touch on the weather last week. We apologize for the audio.
Oh God, yeah. It
Yeah,
was fresh,
because I hopped out to get some interviews.
Yeah.
And the wind was howling there.
The wind in Antrim.
I was freezing. It was minus 32, I think, or 33. And not to mention, and the truck noise.
And I had fun playing my high school game of pull ahead as soon as DDT gets close to the truck.
Yeah, I was trying to hop back in, and you're like driving off every time I reach for the door handle.
Then I'd stop, and then you'd be slow.
I didn't make it out for the outing, but I laughed pretty hard when I heard that.
Yeah,
I listened to the podcast. I thought the sound was actually pretty good.
Well, I'm talking about the interviews, especially. I'm talking about specifically.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
But I laughed pretty hard when you pulled the truck ahead when he was coming in.
Yeah.
That's so high school.
Can you picture it in a parking lot?
Oh, yeah.
That's very high school.
I only did it 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, only 5 or 6. And it it's like freezing out there. Yeah. Oh, they lost their. Oh, they got it.
You had nowhere to go, so I had to.
Yeah, I would have hopped in with one of the truckers, I think, into his cab. The warmth in there.
Oh man,
it was freezing.
Man,
that was crazy.
Man.
But it has been a cold winter, right?
It's been a great winter. You know how I think it's been a great cold winter is I follow these ODR makers online, like on Twitter, and they're so beautiful. And it's not just this area. I'm seeing outdoor ice in southern Ontario and in the States. You running into some technical difficulties there, DDT?
No, I'm just making adjustments as we go.
Lots of ice outdoors these days.
I concur, man. I have a.
You have a rink.
I have a 22 by 60 ice rink, like my little own backyard rink that I make every year.
Yeah.
And this has been one of the better years.
Good.
Like, rarely do I not have to go every second day to flood it and like just flatten it out again.
Yeah.
And I've gone like a couple weeks where the kids are playing it, just shoveling, and it's perfect.
And it just stays nice.
Yeah.
Because it's cold. Consistently cold.
Consistently cold.
Yeah.
I got a funny story about ODR.
Yeah.
So about 3 years ago, I guess now, went to one of my daughter's hockey games. Bunch of the parents standing around talking. And everybody's good buddy, Chris Phillips, number 4, was
big
there.
Rig.
Big Rig. Former Ottawa Senator, number retired. His daughter was out for the game. And they kept going on about ODR. He's got an ODR. He kept going on about an ODR. I'm in the conversation, nodding my head, and then I stop and say,
"What's an ODR?"
Yeah.
Really?
What's an ODR? What does ODR mean?
Oh, you didn't know at the time.
And Philly laughs, says, outdoor rink. I had never heard it called ODR in my life before.
Is that when we were playing our game on Parliament Hill?
No, So when my daughter was
that was a great game.
She was on a different team that year from you guys, yeah.
that was something. Yeah, I was looking back at pictures actually last week. Again, talking about the ODRs when they had that rink on Parliament Hill.
Wasn't that something?
And we actually got to go play.
Yeah, played on there.
Play a hockey.
We played the last game on that rink.
Yeah.
We played the next day. They closed it.
Wasn't that amazing?
It was incredible.
Like just the atmosphere, the mood.
Yeah.
It was just everybody was like just so fired up and having such a good time.
Yeah.
That was really.
Unfortunately, my daughter did not get to play on that. But
what team was your daughter?
She
on
was
that
on
year?
Bantam A that year.
Well, what team were we? No.
No,
She was in house league because we were Bantam C.
That was the first year with
she
Philly.
was with us sometimes.
Okay, so I'm talking about when I figured out what ODR was when she was in Bantam.
Okay.
So she must have been, that year she would have been on house league. Yeah.
And but with us from time to time.
Yeah,
but my buddy JB called her up all the time.
We were calling her up, but I don't think she made it that game. Maybe I don't know.
She's a great player.
You didn't call her up for that game.
She was a great player, but her family kind of held her back at times.
Yeah, you can't pick your parents.
Yeah, like that's what
some players get picked or not picked because of their parents.
Well, I was just gonna say, I hear that the coaches like take into consideration not only how the girl plays, but how the parents are.
Oh, God.
And I know I could be a bit of a bastard.
It was very, very enlightening hearing some coaches basically come out and say that the last few years. I think a lot of people let their guard down during the pandemic. There's a lot of like candid chat at times about stuff, and I can think of 3 or 4 coaches that flat out have told me now that like teams are picked for many different reasons.
including parents.
There's so
And
much.
parents play a role. Like
Yeah.
it's I had another coach just the other day. I don't want to like give it any details at all really about this, but it was like flat out 100% believes when associations pick coaches, they do it under the complete understanding that 5-6 kids are automatic with that coach.
Yes.
And I think that is extremely wrong, but
Yeah.
probably true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's
I
true.
agree. Absolutely.
5 or 6. So you know what? At
There's
lower
so much
levels,
politics in
lower
kids'
levels,
sports.
whatever, right? And
At all levels. There's
no, but I
politics,
think, but my whole quick point is just the impact to the outcomes of games is less is less serious at lower levels. But when coaches do that at a higher level, it burns you.
that affects your whole season, right?
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
of the decisions that are made.
Well,
that
we're
we've,
seeing
you know,
it, and-
we've shook our heads
yeah,
at.
we're seeing like results of that on some teams these days. Anyways, I guess it's not a new thing. I don't even know why we're
Probably
talking
not
about
a new
it.
thing.
No.
Always
Well,
been
I-
here, always will, eh?
Yeah. I brought it up because I didn't know what ODR stood for.
Oh yeah, and then we just went with it.
And it was funny that the former NHL player with his jersey retired here in Ottawa
Yeah.
Has to be the one that educates
has to be the
you.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So where do you
With a
live
little-
again? Canada?
With a little chuckle.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
never mind that I built ODRs
Yeah.
myself in the
no
past.
kidding. You just didn't know the.
He's
Yeah.
awesome. You know what? He would be a great guest if we can get him on sometime.
Oh yeah, we should.
That's true. Eh?
Because
should try to get Philly on.
He's a great guy. Like just dry sense of humor.
Dry,
You
easy
know,
going.
Yeah, he was. We had such a great time when he was helping us out that
Yeah,
year. and-
fun years.
Things we should do, but don't.
Yeah. but
Yeah,
don't.
well, we should try.
Maybe we should try. Well, you guys have better in than I do with him, so.
But having said that, I mean, the winter from a winter Canadian sports
Yeah.
perspective has been
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, good
You know,
snow.
Yeah.
cross country skiing,
Yeah.
skating, everything's just been amazing.
I
Really.
can't complain.
When's the last time you remember the canal being fully open from end to end
From day one.
from day one?
For 3 weeks.
And every
or
day has
more.
been fantastic,
Yeah.
Did
right?
we talk about me going up with JB here up to his
I don't know.
the cottage
Back
there?
I
and
don't think we looped back.
I don't
to
think
that.
we talked about. We mentioned it, but we didn't
Yeah,
actually
we
talk
mentioned
about
it, so it actually happened.
So you're speaking
Yeah.
about outdoor.
You guys gently threw me under the bus about the fact that I changed the date on you,
Right.
and made the whole plan fall apart.
Well,
That's true.
We've had various plans for that, right? There's
No,
been a
I
few.
know. But I came out and
Yeah.
said, hey, let's go Saturday
Yeah.
maybe, or would you guys be in? And then I
Yeah.
changed it to Sunday.
yeah.
So
Having
that
said
affected
that,
a few
But I still went.
things.
I
You
still went.
DDT was.
Yeah.
Can we go at 8? I'm like, no, we're leaving at 7. Can we go like at 7:45? No, we're going at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, I was there at 6:50.
No, you were there. You were there at 6:20.
I was there early.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
How? Tell us the truth. What
You weren't
time were
even
you
out of
actually
bed.
there?
You weren't even
It was
out of bed.
it was 20 to 7.
So you okay? You were there.
I was up your street, and then I
Yeah.
gradually pulled up and made my way into your
So-
driveway at 10:02.
I actually was ready.
Yeah, you were ready.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was ready. I was waiting for 7. And then you texted me what 10:02 or something,
I
and
think
you
so,
said come
yeah.
out whenever
you're ready.
Oh,
I'm
he's here,
no
right?
rush
So
kind
I
of thing.
came
so.
out. But yeah, so we went up for the day.
It's like a little field trip for Darcy.
Yeah, it was because I haven't gotten out
You don't
much.
get out.
No.
You don't get out.
So I was happy to go. Even though
Left
it
the
was,
province and everything.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel dirty.
You probably haven't left the province in
So-
I
2
haven't.
years.
No.
So we grabbed
Couple
some
shovels.
grabbed some food on the way, grabbed a couple
Yeah.
shovels, got to a couple hours drive,
Yeah.
got there, parked off to the side,
Yeah.
and then as we're pulling out, because we can't drive up to the cottage because there's a giant snowbank, so we
Sure.
pulled off as
Giant
we're
snowbank,
walking.
It's true.
Because he had like little boots. I brought like big sorels.
Yeah.
He had little boots, and
Oh.
as we're getting closer to the driveway, he goes, "Holy crap, JB!
We have to shovel
That's
this.
a lot of
Oh.
snow." So anyway, so we're walking up. We gradually make our way
You're
up the
trudging
hill.
through the snow to get the shovels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Clear part of the deck
Yeah.
because it's like a big wraparound
Yeah,
deck. Clear
even
part of
there's
the
a ton
deck
of
to
snow
get
on
into
the
the
deck.
cottage.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
Drop our stuff in the cottage, and then okay, well, let's go. So we get ready, get dressed, go outside. I start shoveling the deck, and then I'm like,
Don't
okay,
you start
well,
the fire while you
no.
so then
Well,
you can
we
come
did
back
not
to
start
a
the
nice
fire.
warm place?
they
We did not.
there's a heat pump, so I turn the heat pump on
Oh, okay.
to get some heat, and there's electrical heat as well. So I turn
Okay.
that on.
Oh, that's
but,
good. Okay.
But you know what? Like it was freezing.
It was
So
cold,
anyway,
eh?
so we went outside. I didn't put a fire on right away. We went outside, started shoveling the deck,
Nice.
and I'm like, I'm gonna shovel all the way around.
Yeah.
And DDT looks at me
Yeah.
sheepishly with his shoulders dropping, going,
Yeah.
"Oh, we have to shovel the whole deck too?" And in the back of my mind, it instantly clicked when I saw him die a little bit.
Yeah.
He had no idea that we had a snowblower.
Oh God. For the
So,
laneway. Yeah.
so we do the deck.
And he's being so nice.
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay, we'll keep going. We'll..."
He's trying to psych himself up for a day of
Exactly.
shoveling.
So we do the deck. JB does the deck, and then he does the walkway over to the garage. Right, and I
Yeah.
go, I'm gonna go in. I forget. I went inside to grab another sweater or something.
cry a
like
little
that.
bit.
And cry a little bit. Exactly. Exactly. So then after I cry a little bit, I come back out. He's got the garage open, and there's the glorious snow. I've never been so happy to see a snowblower
Yeah.
in my life.
It was smiling at you.
It was.
all shiny.
It was all shiny.
with
It
a
looked,
light.
and I asked him,
Yeah.
I said, this thing looks brand new.
Yeah.
And it was.
Well,
it
it's-
wasn't. It was 15 years old, but it
But
looked
it's
brand new.
used like, twice a year.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm thinking, oh, thank God. Because
Oh,
that driveway was, how long is that driveway? I mean, it's not like a huge long, but it's,
No, it was like 10 cars probably.
yeah. And
Okay.
so the
And
thing
then
is like,
there's a landing at the front, and then there's like,
Yeah.
there's a little shed for the garage off to the sides for the
Yeah.
boat. So I
the
have to
boat
kind
there
of clear
too.
all
Yeah.
that as well. So
Yeah. And then, so I was like, oh my God, thank God for that. Because I would have killed I seriously would have had a heart attack. I almost did have a heart attack later on in the day
With the snowshoe adventure.
with the
well,
snowshoeing.
So we finished clearing everything. We shovel it really nicely.
Of course, there
it
was
gets
no
all
gas.
done.
There was no gas for
We're
the
out of
snowblower
gas.
too. So I had to go and buy
Well,
back.
thank
into
God
town
the
and-
snowblower worked, because I could quickly see this story evolving into another garage fire with your mechanic.
Yeah, we could have burned something.
I
down.
did not light any
Yeah.
gas
If
on
any
fire.
fluids left that snowblower,
Warning.
Darcy would have to do a flammability test on it. I'm
Exactly.
Sure.
Warning: do not light fluids.
Yeah.
Do not
And
light
fire.
unknown
If
fluids.
you see puddles in your
garage.
garage, don't light them.
No.
Don't assume it's yeah.
So anyway,
Warning.
so we made our way, finished the driveway. We made our way back into the cottage, and it was super cold. So
Yeah, it was super cold.
I did end up making a fire, and
Oh,
it
that's
warmed up
nice.
really nicely.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we just chilled, had some lunch, and I'm like,
Yeah.
let's go for a snowshoe. I brought some snowshoes.
We went snowmobiling first.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah,
we
we
pulled
did
out the
the
sled.
snow-
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You guys doubled up on the snowmobile?
We did.
We did.
I was
Nice.
It was awkward,
hip
but we
to
did.
hip to hip. with
Hip to
JB.
hip.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had fun
Hip to
though. It
hip.
Who
a
was
good
in the
little
front?
ride.
Who's in the back?
Well, JB drove at first,
Yeah.
Ah.
so
We-
I was holding on to him. Back hip to hip.
And,
we
and
were
then we
spooning.
changed places.
Now, was there a trail already packed down? You
Yeah.
were bushwhacking.
Well, no, he took
Okay.
it out and made a little trail around the cottage.
To get to the trail.
No.
Just to be able to boot around the lot. Like
Oh,
we
okay.
typically have a little loop at the cottage, just like
Okay, so it's just like a
Just
true,
to have
fun.
a true
Then-
field trip for Darcy, just like around the lot.
Well, no,
around
then
and
we
around.
took it out, and there are trails there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
there's a little lake, and then there's kind
Yeah.
of a trail that goes all the way around the lake.
Oh, nice.
But those trails, the trails that go around the lake, also connect to the major
Yeah.
Quebec
To the trail
snowmobile
system.
highways, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Love those.
I mean, you have to buy passes
Yeah.
for all
Oh,
those
yeah.
now
Definitely.
and everything. So we
It's
don't
patrolled.
we don't do that. But you know,
Mhm.
as a kid, we actually had 3 snowmobiles. and
Nice.
We used to go on longer trips, like to Mont Laurier, which is a few hours away, on snowmobile and stuff like that, which is a lot of fun. But
Oh,
anyway, so yeah,
Knowing
you're right.
well.
We took the snowmobiles. Then it's like, let's go for a little snowshoe. So then Darcy puts on the snowshoes. We get to the
Full
bottom of
day.
the driveway, and then
Yeah.
we climb up this little hill to get to where the actual trail,
Little
where we
hill.
would
yeah.
start snowmobile or snowshoeing
It
would
was
be.
like a big hill.
And then I turn around and I look at Darcy, and he's like dying,
Oh.
Yeah.
out of breath.
So get this though, get this. So we go on the trail, and it's just we just do a circle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, when we get to almost the end, it's friggin' uphill, like a 30-degree incline or something like that. And I'm thinking, and I said to JB, Jesus Christ, why didn't we do this first where it was downhill?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because I'm dying by that time.
Yeah.
And then I
Do the
have to
hard
go up.
part first. Yeah.
Exactly. So I thought surely I was going to have a heart attack. If we went any further, I would have had a heart attack. I'm so out of shape. I haven't done anything in
You
the
gotta
longest
do
time.
stuff, man.
Yeah.
But it was good though.
It was
Look,
fun.
Like it's
That's
not
a full day.
It's not a close drive, I admit. Like it's it's a really pleasant drive.
It was pleasant.
Though.
Yeah, it was very pleasant.
So we got we got the drive there and back. We got a snowshoe in. We got snowmobiling. We cleared all the snow. We made a fire.
Yeah.
Had a nice lunch. Had a little bourbon.
Nice.
It was just a successful outing, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good.
A little midday bourbon.
And we missed Duff for sure.
Oh,
we did miss Duff.
I would have loved to have went. It's a big chunk of day
next
to go.
time. It is, yeah.
Well,
it's a whole day.
Over a night, man. Bourbon at night, some cards, a good meal.
Yeah.
None of those chips and cheese snacks you guys have. Like a real meal.
I did drive I did drive the snowmobile myself. First time. No, not first time. I hadn't driven one in like 30 years.
Do you drive a snowmobile
25
or
years.
operate a snowmobile?
Operate, drive. I don't know. What is it, JB?
I'm not
operate.
sure.
You operate a snowmobile.
Anyway, I was operating the snowmobile.
Yeah.
First time coming down.
Ride it.
Riding
the snowmobile.
Ride sounds better. Yeah.
So I was riding the snowmobile. But no, what if I could be riding on the back though?
But then you'd be riding on the back.
Riding works for both. You're operating. I don't know. Lovely.
I'm riding on the back. Anyway.
We digress.
Yeah. So,
Warning.
yeah. So, I'm driving the snowmobile. I'm going to stick with driving.
Back to driving.
Back to driving. Driving the snowmobile, coming down the street to get into the thing, and then I missed the turn.
Oh.
I can't see. I got this balaclava on the helmet.
Yeah.
And I have no idea if there's
That's
a
good.
car.
You were wearing your mask.
If there's no car coming behind me or not.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm going. Gonna take the chance.
But you miss it.
And then I missed the driveway.
And what, you have to pull it back?
Well,
you have to get off and
he had to get off.
You couldn't keep going and turn around?
Well, there's no real turnaround point.
Okay.
So it's not easy to turn around with a snowmobile.
God,
it was interesting. The steering didn't work as well as I thought. I don't know why that is.
I'm assuming that there's little runners on each ski,
bottom.
right?
Yeah.
Those
Maybe you have to brake more.
They must be worn.
They're probably worn down.
Yeah.
But the road was really hard packed
it was
too,
hard
right?
packed,
And cold.
Yeah.
So there's no give where you can actually sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're in snow, it's really hard to steer.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a good time.
That was fun. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Thorough. And a thorough description of it all as well.
Well, we had nothing else to talk about today.
No? We haven't even touched the Olympics yet, man.
Well, should we get to the picks first?
The picks. We haven't even talked about anything we said we were going to talk about yet.
Okay, what are we going to talk about?
Let's talk about the Olympics. So,
Olympics.
Winter Olympics in Beijing, China.
Yes.
Is it in Beijing?
It is in Beijing. It's centered in Beijing, with a lot of the events in the surrounding province, I believe.
So I
prefecture.
I think your question right there just brings up the fact that to me anyway.
I know it's in China.
It's catching many off guard.
It came as a surprise when I actually picked up my phone one morning this week, and I looked and what do you mean the opening ceremonies for the Olympics happened? I didn't even know.
Yeah.
It just seemed like it just kind of
came right up on us.
Yeah, it snuck up on us.
Well, I know it's in China.
Yes.
Correct.
It is in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that it's the Olympics.
I'm boycotting watching them.
You are, right?
I am.
You're going to stick it to Jin Xiaoping, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to stick it to Xi
Zhao.
Jin?
Yeah. Xi?
I'm boycotting watching because of China's record on human rights.
Well, I remember you do not watch sports with no fans in the stands because it affects your viewing.
That's true.
Right?
I do not.
So there's very few fans.
Fortunately, in the Sens game, there was 500, so I could watch that.
DDT were on the same, and I were on the same page on that one.
I remember that
last year.
Yeah,
it affected your enjoyment.
It didn't feel the same.
Didn't feel the same. But
the players didn't react the same way when they scored goals. They didn't slam into the windows with the fans in the background.
Exactly.
You don't get that same vibe, right?
No,
a little different. But I still enjoyed the games.
But I'm sort of against these games in China.
But the Olympics is supposed to be non-political.
Well, I saw
human performance.
Sure, it's about the athletes. When one of the this woman, an athlete from a European country, maybe one of the Nordic countries.
Can you name the Nordic countries? Or are you just saying
Scandinavian
that to sound cool?
countries?
Yeah, can you name them?
Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark.
Okay, you got them. Pretty much.
Yeah.
What about the Faroe Islands?
Faroe Islands are part of the Nordics. Yeah. Speaking of, we still haven't.
People always forget about the Faroe Islands and
Iceland.
All right.
Anyway, that being said,
Did you learn all this on your
Well
field
done.
trip to the cottage?
I did.
Cool.
So I saw this video from her. She gets there, okay. I don't know if she tested positive or something to do with the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
Instead of bringing her to the, she said, well, they put me in this ambulance. They told me they were going to drive me to the Olympic Village,
Oh, boy.
but they didn't. They drove me to the quarantine facilities.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm stuck in the quarantine facilities. I don't know what's going on. They haven't told me anything about what's happening to me. Like, are they going to release me or whatever they're going to do?
Not cool.
This is an athlete
This is an athlete
from.
from one of the
Okay.
Nordic/Scandinavian countries. Could have been from Faroes. I don't remember. But she's like, I don't know what's going on. They're not telling me anything. They brought me to this quarantine facility. I'm stuck here. Blah, blah. She's like, I don't even know if I want to compete anymore. It's been a horrible experience. Now,
mentally, it'll throw
Yeah.
you. Holy cow.
after that video was released, apparently they did release her back to the Olympic Village. So I don't know if what she's ended up doing. I didn't see any follow-up stuff on that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really into the Beijing Olympics.
I'm not as into it. I think the time zone difference affects me. Like I like watching live sports generally.
I do have a
or
comment.
at least close
But
to
there's
being live.
usually,
Yeah.
I know, there's been commercials
Yeah.
on TV nonstop.
Yeah.
But to me, it just feels there really hasn't been a build-up.
There's been no build-up. When the NHL bowed out, too, I think it took away a bit of...
Yeah,
If the NHL was still in it, people might be more interested as well. Personally, I like the fact they're not. I love the fact we can now see who the... You want to jam that? I'm not done yet, man.
Oh, I thought you were done.
Oh,
No, sorry.
you're packing it in already, eh?
Yeah, I'm done my coffee. Didn't know you were done.
One last cold sip. Now it's ready. All right.
I
I like having the second best. Yeah, yeah. Second best.
It's off the rails, everyone. It's
I don't
off
know.
the rails.
There's so many warnings in this show.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
going to be here all day editing afterwards.
But
throwing
think
in
about it.
warnings.
One of the stupidest expressions to me anyways, I hate it when they say best on best, best on best.
Yeah.
Friggin' hate that. How about this? Our second best versus some of the best. So you have second best from maybe 5 or 6 countries and then the best from everywhere else. And we're still going to friggin' do well. That's what makes it exciting for me.
It's so
Right?
hard to actually have a true best on best, right? Because
Well, in the Olympics,
you'd
for
have
hockey,
to get it's almost impossible.
yeah.
So
And I'm fine with that.
I do have a comment about the women's hockey, actually. Canada, which is great. I mean, being Canadian, you want to see the Canadian
Yeah,
women's team do well.
yeah.
But they're steamrolling the competition.
They beat the third-ranked team, Finland, 11-1.
Yeah.
And that wasn't that the first game.
And second game, they
second
beat
game.
Switzerland like 12-1 or something.
In women's hockey, there is really only 2 teams.
There's 2 teams.
U.S. and
You might as
Canada.
well just go to the gold medal game right
Yeah,
now,
Yeah.
even before it even starts,
Yeah.
and then let the others play for the bronze.
So for some,
Which is too bad because it's really
it sucks.
good
It's a great
hockey.
sport, and
Yeah.
we need to
Yeah.
grow the game.
But
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
competition.
But for
it.
some
I know.
unexplained reason, the IOC continues to let women's hockey exist, whereas many other sports, when you don't have a guaranteed minimum level of competition, they
get rid of
get rid of it.
Yeah.
So they've gotten rid of different sports over the years because there's no competition.
But
Right?
if hockey's such a big thing, if they were to get rid
Yeah.
of women's hockey,
Yeah.
like how many kids that would devastate?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad they're keeping
all
it.
of our girls,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Regardless of if they would ever make it or not,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, are looking, as young girls, we're looking at these
Yeah,
women
for
in the
sure.
Olympics going,
For sure.
holy crap, I'd like
Yeah.
to be there, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's,
I just
you
my
can't get rid of it.
my point is though that
They could, but I'm
I
glad
agree.
they're
yeah,
not.
they're not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my point is that there is no competition for USA and Canada
Yeah,
teams.
it's.
So,
But I
it
thought-
skews the.
You're right, and I thought we
know.
were getting closer. Like a few years ago, Sweden and
looked like
Finland
it.
seemed a lot closer,
Yeah,
and now, like, are we just that much better again? Like
Yeah.
they blew them away.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
honestly, all of us as coaches and parents and kids that play hockey, we have all been either on the receiving end of one of those games, or on the giving end of one of those games where you're winning like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, nothing.
Well, the other night my daughter's team won 7-0.
Yeah,
and it's no longer any fun, right?
That makes no sense.
You know, it becomes awkward and uncomfortable, and
it's awful.
Yeah, like I don't know how they could celebrate those wins, really.
To me, like good hockey is like a 1-goal game, right till the end. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's even more competition. Yeah, if you beat a team 5-1, even it's not that bad. But when it's 11,
1-goal differential.
Sure,
sorry,
yeah. But when it's 11 or 12, or more,
no.
Like I agree totally with what you're saying. Or just another way to look at it is when either team has a chance to win.
Yeah, close game.
When Canada plays Finland, it looks like Finland has no chance to win.
Yeah,
I think we could play shorthanded the entire game and beat them.
Probably still win.
We could pull the goalie and probably beat them. Like there's all these different weird things you could do and probably still win.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be the case.
That should never be the case.
I agree.
Because I mean, you never in this case, in this particular sport, you know the outcome is USA Canada in the gold medal.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
But it's weird because then you look at the men's side and you could pick a very like a low ranked team like even Italy or something. I don't know who's all in the men's side, but I keep wanting to say Lithuania, but Italy keeps coming out. Lithuania. You pick some obscure nation, we're not going to blow them out 11-1. It's always like a blowout in men's hockey might be 4-0.
Having said that, you never know, man.
Oh, you never know, but I don't.
Well, they put this.
Jamaica made it to a bobsled team.
They're there again this year, apparently.
Are
they? Good for them.
First year in a few. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I heard that.
So why not?
But will they come close to being on the podium?
No, God, no. They won't make the finals.
Yeah.
But for some of these people, just having the opportunity of going to the Olympics and participating, even though they're getting killed, you know, they're like, we have a Canadian, like, or whatever, we have a women's hockey team. That's participating in the Olympics. It's amazing, right? It's helping them grow the sport in their country as well. So giving it visibility and everything.
Speaking of bobsled, there was a whole controversy surrounding the women's bobsledding.
Really?
For this Olympics?
Well, going back to the last couple Winter Olympics with one of the gold medal women. She quit the team and is trying to get. I don't know if she ended up getting on the U.S. team.
Oh, I heard that story.
Yeah, what was her name? I forget her name now.
Old news for sure, though.
Yeah, but I mean, she was trying to get on the U.S. Olympic team for these games because her husband is American. She moved down to the States after the controversy. And I don't know if the IOC would let her compete for it.
She did.
She did get on the Olympics?
I believe so.
US
I believe she went from representing We'll have to... Maybe we could get our researcher on that.
Yeah, get the researcher on.
I think she went from representing Canada to then representing the States.
Yeah.
But I am an Olympic junkie, and what I like about it is it's not just hockey. It's all these other, to borrow a phrase from your fearless leader. Fringe.
Kaylee Humphries?
Kaylee Humphries.
Oh,
that's correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So who's she represent now, or does she?
I don't think it's over.
Okay, it's still going on.
Yeah, I don't know if she did get on the Olympic team, U.S. Olympic team.
I'm not sure what the outcome, but she was suing Bobsled Canada and preparing to compete for the U.S.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So all these fringe sports, right?
Yeah.
I'm a big snowboarder, and I look at this snow park they have over there, and I crawl under the couch. It looks so scary. Like, it is amazing.
Yeah.
These pipes and jumps. Like, people are hitting these things and in the air for like 8 seconds.
Wow.
Like,
I saw
aren't they incredible?
I saw some of that. Like, there's like 3 jumps side by side,
and
then
some
they take
are on
one,
funky angles.
and then there's another one right after.
Yeah.
I mean, I go skiing locally, and you know, you get that little like 1 foot jump, and you're in the air for like 5 milliseconds, and it's like, I'm alive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I stuck the landing.
Yeah.
I'm a hero.
God.
I should be at the Olympics. And then you look at these guys, and it's like, wow.
I get dizzy just watching.
Oh my gosh.
So you can appreciate the skill of the athletes. Like, that's really cool. The curling, there's 2 versions of it now. There's the 4-on-4, but they have 2-on-2 curling. The mixed doubles curling is interesting.
It's only 2 of them.
Yeah, we actually lost to Australia, which really frustrates me. I just heard that on the
Rachel
radio.
Homan and the...
Yeah, Rachel Homan and
From
John
Ottawa,
Morris. Yeah, they lost to Australia today.
How do you lose to Australia?
It's frustrating when I hear that.
They're
not even a winter country. Yeah. Australia won won one of those snowboarding competitions too, I think. Or no, I was New Zealand actually. Sorry.
Oh, but still.
Well, New Zealand has
a lot of
some,
but even Australia has some skiing.
They have a little bit, and I believe they call it the Snowy Mountains.
Yeah.
Snowy Mountains.
Yeah, down
fairly limited.
Can you look that up?
New South Wales.
Make sure it is the snowy. Yeah, that's fact check stuff.
I believe it's the Snowy Mountains in New South Wales.
Fact check. Fact check.
Fact check.
You just have an excuse to go research another sound effect for your podcast?
No, it's just me putting on an echo.
Oh, okay.
Fact check. Fact check.
That would be funny, actually, having a sound bike for that. Fact check.
You could have a fact check.
Yes, Snowy Mountains in Australia.
Oh my God.
What state? New South Wales?
Yep.
Nailed it.
New South Wales.
Oh, nailed it. Oh, well, that's...
Why don't we just do a geography trivia show someday? I would like that.
Should we move on to...
Let's move on. So, yeah, enough to all... I had hockey blowouts. We've talked about that. Curling, so I think we're good there.
Beijing Olympics.
How about the picks, boys?
Picks.
We're running out of time here.
Picks. What do you want to do first? The Duff's
I'll
pick?
talk about Duff's pick. Duff's pick takes us out of the basement, off the couch, and into the cinemas.
Ooh. Can you eat popcorn?
Where we can once again eat popcorn and slurp Cokes of various combinations. So the Cokes you can you do all your own soft drinks.
Isn't it amazing now you can do that?
What do you call that when you put them all in there again?
I don't know. A montage.
No, you're thinking about some.
No, you used to call it something. And if you could put Coke and then, there
was a name for that.
7-Up, and then you put all the other ones in there.
Sounds like a Beacon Hill thing.
I didn't Beacon Hill. What's Blackburn Hamlet?
Blackburn Hamlet.
What's
Blackburn Hamlet?
What's the difference?
Big difference.
Aren't they the same place?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
All right.
No, don't insult me by calling me a Beacon Hill
thing. Oh, a Blackburn Hamlet thing. Anyways, I just like vanilla Coke. So yeah, you can hit the Coke, and then there's 10 different varieties of Coke, and boom, boom.
Oh.
Swamp water.
Swamp water. That's it.
But that's also
Thank you, JB.
That's also an alcoholic thing too when you throw a whole bunch of different boozes together.
Okay.
Well, it was called a swamp water
back
in the day.
Swamp water.
Yeah.
So anyhow, the theaters are open, popcorn, soft drinks, the whole shebang. We
M&Ms?
We thought we would go see American Underdog.
Do you ever be in the movie and you hear someone drop one and it's rolling all the way down?
No. It's usually so damn loud I can't even hear myself. American Underdog, the story of Kurt Warner.
Yeah, that's interesting.
NFL star.
Duff's pick of the week, American Underdog. What? I don't...
Fantastic
really?
show.
I'm surprised that they did a movie about Kurt Warner.
It's a hell of a story. That's why they did it.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I didn't even know about it. I was just browsing.
Is he
what's
like a
out
Rudy?
There.
Rudy?
It's like a Rudy. It is a true, aptly labeled. It's an underdog story. I'm not going to give it all away, but
give us one scenario where he.
Well, it basically just goes. It tells the story of how, at his low point, he's bagging groceries at a grocery store after college, right? Where he's
playing for the CFL?
His high point in college was getting to be a 5th year starter in Iowa. Okay, and he finally listened to the coach, got his reps in, and actually played, and got enough game tape to at least get it out there. Right. Didn't get drafted, nothing like that. So he got a walk-on tryout with Green Bay. Goes there. Kind of a funny scene there. I told you earlier. I don't think we'll share it now. We'll give the listeners something to look forward to. And then eventually, he ends up, if you know football at all, he ends up playing for the St. Louis Rams and becomes a superstar. But he goes from not unemployed. At his low point, he was unemployed and no prospects. Then he gets a job at a grocery store. Goes from there.
Okay.
Anyways, you mentioned, sorry, JB, you mentioned CFL. No, the big link in the chain was the Arena Football League.
Okay.
So Iowa gets a team where he's from, and he ends up kind of being makes the what do they call it? The Arena Bowl.
Okay. And the only reason why I mentioned CFL is because, unfortunately, a lot of the guys in the off-season are bagging groceries.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a league where you're making a lot of money, especially if you're like... you
got to do it for the love of the sport.
You do it for the love,
Unless you're a QB in the CFL, you're making, unfortunately, not very much money.
Yeah, it's funny. He probably could, in retrospect, he probably could have went to the CFL no problem.
Yeah.
But then do you get pigeonholed there for the rest of your career?
It's probably hard to get out of there.
Yeah, it worked better for him, getting quickly noticed and given a chance, and then boom.
Yeah. But I didn't realize the story. I haven't. So you highly recommend the movie?
Highly recommend it. If you like the sports sort of true life stories, the underdog story, it's like a Rudy. Yeah.
Zachary Levi is actually the actor, I think. Okay. And I saw a commercial and I saw him in it. So I actually Googled the story after seeing the commercial, and I'm like, I just read the highlights quickly because it's a movie I want to see.
Fantastic.
And it's a really quite the story.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Well, what I'd like to know is how you convinced your wife to go see this movie.
It didn't take any convincing at all.
Really?
She partly recommended it. She likes a good sports story.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, The Blind Side, like those kinds of movies are great.
Sports stories are fantastic.
Rudy,
Youngblood. Maybe when we were in our 20s.
Youngblood was one of our picks.
Yeah, you guys talked about that, and I'm like, that's a classic.
That's a classic. Great movie. That's a Lanark pick, 100%. That might have been our first ever Lanark pick.
It might have been.
Hey, come to think of it. So moving on, why don't you guys share
I'll do
your
Lanark
combined pick for Lanark, because it's something I've never heard of.
Yeah.
So what happened? You brought it up.
Yeah.
Well, did I bring it up?
Yeah, you brought it up, and you said, oh, I got a great Lanark pick. I got a great Lanark pick, and then you mentioned the name of the movie, and then I we were texting back and forth, and I went, holy crap, that's a great movie, man. Have you seen it? And you said no.
No, it wasn't that, because I think at one point you had mentioned
the
movie.
Okay, maybe, I don't know. But
and you were like brought up the line.
You brought it up. No, it was okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't.
Was it me?
Yeah, maybe it was.
It was both of us.
It was both of us.
We started the discussion.
So Lanark pick this week is "They Live" by John Carpenter.
Yes. And so who's starring in that movie?
Starring in that movie is the great Rowdy Roddy Piper, the old wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
Who I believe passed away not too long ago.
Yes, he did, sadly.
Yeah, sadly.
Canadian.
So he was in that movie. It's
a Canadian movie then?
No, it's an American movie.
No.
It takes place in Los Angeles.
Okay.
1984, I believe it is. But I think, JB, you brought up the line, I came here for bubble gum.
I came here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
And I'm all out of gum.
Yeah. He walks into the bank with a
shotgun. Yeah.
And that line has been used in many scenarios since then.
Things. Yeah.
But that was the originating line from that movie. It's like a total campy movie.
It's total campy. It's a John Carpenter, as I mentioned. 1984 came out, so it's perfect for Lanark pick. Probably still be at the VHS in the local convenience store there.
Yeah, it'll be a hard one to grab from the VHS though, because it's a cult classic.
It's a cult classic, and watching the movie, that's the first time I had seen it actually.
Okay.
After JB and I had talked about it.
Cool.
And it was hilarious. So the premise is, that he's in Los Angeles. He's just a guy. I guess he's down on his luck a bit, right? And he goes to work in a construction site, making some money. He's living in a homeless embankment there. And something's going on across the street. He sees cops around and all this sort of stuff. So he's kind of curious dude. So he goes over there and he sees what's happening, and he finds these pair of dark sunglasses, kind of like the ones you're wearing today, Duff. And when he puts the glasses on, he sees all these subliminal messages on signs that say, obey.
Okay.
Conform.
Like Tim Hortons would say.
Tim Hortons would say obey or conform or watch TV or don't.
Consumerism.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then when he looks
tempted to watch it.
So when he looks at some people's faces, they're actually aliens. So there's this great fight scene in the movie, as DJ was telling me, where he's trying to convince one of his buddies to put on the glasses, and the guy doesn't want to. He thinks he's obviously crazy. So they have this huge fight scene in an alleyway. I thought it was like 20 minutes of movie.
It is. About 6 minutes. I actually Googled it. It's it's a really long time.
It's a long time because the movie ends about like 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a great fight scene.
God.
It's an epic fight
scene. And then
it can't be better than Steven Seagal on Deadly Ground, which we've talked about before.
You know what?
The Man's Game.
You need to. Well, it's
similar.
that line.
Yeah.
It's that line, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one's better though?
From a movie perspective?
Probably Seagal.
Any perspective. Okay, just curious.
They're very, very different movies.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But
I might have to watch it.
The movie just ends at one point. Like I'm watching it unexpectedly, where he gives the finger to the camera, basically, and then it just ends. I'm like, wait a second, it's over?
Yeah, we can't. You would almost need a sequel for that.
I think you need
there's enough. There's enough story there, but
it's based on a book, actually.
But it's a classic.
It's
classic
based on
movie.
it's based on a novel.
Okay.
Forget the name of the novel. Maybe you can research that.
So this week's Lanark pick comes highly recommended from both DDT and JB, and it is
They Live.
They Live by
John Carpenter, starring Roddy Piper.
And we could find it on what?
The Netflix.
The Netflix, okay.
Yeah. Or your local Blockbuster.
Or your local VHS
section
of the corner store in Lanark.
In Lanark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe it's on DVD as a remastered.
I highly doubt it.
Blu-ray.
What? How are we doing for time there, DDT? I feel like
we're like
about
at
45 minutes.
45, yeah. Bang on. Did we talk about everything we wanted?
Well, there was the bonus pick. Do we want to do the bonus pick?
We could skip the stock market stuff because clearly it's only entertaining.
Clearly.
This last couple weeks, like it's been horrendous. So
I don't know if you call that entertaining.
That's awful. So let's have JB cheer us up with this Stittsville pick, or what do we call it? A bonus pick.
Bonus pick.
I'm interested in this. Okay, here we go.
Okay. You guys don't follow the superhero movies.
Not at all.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
That much.
Not at all.
So there's the Marvel universe, and
I'm an adult.
There's the DC. There's the DC universe. So to loop back to the Roddy Piper.
That's a tongue twister, right?
It is a bit of a tongue twister.
Roddy Piper.
There's a whole bunch of wrestlers that have made their way into the movie world.
Yeah, Rock.
The Rock. Guardians of the Galaxy guy there. Drax. Which is can't
Stone
think.
Cold Steve Austin.
Well, no, he's one that's been in a few movies and few TV shows. But anyway, you guys know John Cena.
John Cena.
Yes.
Okay.
Senna.
Of course.
Cena. I'm not sure. Is it Doge or is it Doggy Coin?
I say it's Doggy Coin.
Is it tomato or is it tomato?
I say it's Doggy Coin.
Anyway,
nice.
So look, there was a couple Suicide Squad movies recently. There's a newer one that was released.
Yeah, John Cena's in that, right?
John Cena's in that, and he is the Peacemaker.
Right.
So Suicide Squad movie, the first one was rather terrible. The second one was fantastic, really highly entertaining. So there's a new TV series on
Disney,
the Peacemaker character. No, it's actually I think it's on HBO.
Okay, we could say HBO.
Can we say HBO?
Yeah.
So there's
I don't want to give Disney too many props.
There's an 8-episode series on his character specifically.
Yeah.
And it's epic.
Okay.
It's really, really good. His character is not a really likable guy in the Suicide Squad movie whatsoever. He comes off as being like a real jackass, kind of almost the bad guy.
Right.
And this series is almost like to redeem his character, so to speak. Anyway, it's really, really entertaining, really funny.
What's it called?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
So the JB/Stittsville pick of the week.
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
Seen on
HBO Max.
Oh, geez.
Which Duff and I will probably never watch.
Yeah, I can't afford that. I can't have 15 streaming services.
But if you're interested in that sort of thing,
maybe we could come over some night.
JB's pick of the week.
You could
have us over for.
Well, I have HBO.
You have HBO?
I do have HBO.
You said HBO something else.
Max.
I think it's HBO Max.
So that's even more than HBO.
Oh, is it?
Sounds like it.
I don't know.
Oh, it's Max.
If you can get your hands on it, it's worth watching.
Okay.
Sounds like if you have HBO, you got to pay another $15 to get HBO.
Well, it's like
Max.
Disney and Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm assuming same deal there.
And with Netflix, you don't get the Netflix Plus. They just increase their prices every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know, right?
I hear you, man.
They gently send you an email saying your subscription.
And then they
will
explain
now be...
why.
Yeah.
Well, you know who also does that? Sirius XM satellite.
You know who else does that?
I don't have satellite.
You know who else does that?
Who?
The Ottawa city government.
Yes, they do.
Every couple months.
Yeah.
Seems I'm actually paying for water now. Did you know that?
Oh, you've been paying water.
I never realized that. I thought it was just part of taxes.
Nope, separate.
You haven't paid your water bill?
Stacy's in charge of that stuff. I don't do.
You didn't pay your Ottawa sewer bill, no?
I personally don't know. I do other things like cook dinner.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
This is going to go downhill in a hurry.
No,
actually,
unlike some couples, we have some defined roles and we do certain
of course.
things.
Yeah.
Well, JB, you also cook dinner.
You cook dinner.
I do cook dinner.
I cook dinner.
And you guys apparently pay all the bills, too.
Well, I
don't do that.
I pay the bills. I mean, obviously it comes from our joint money, obviously, but I'm the one that's in charge of...
So you actually physically give money for the bills as well?
I pay the bills.
I don't pay.
He's got one bank account.
I don't pay the bills.
My wife pays the bills. She does that.
Really?
But yeah, like BJ here comes in the joint.
Well, no, we don't. That's not true. Actually, we do have joint accounts, but I pay the bills and my wife pays for other stuff, and it all comes out in the wash in the end.
So you pay all the bills?
Because it's all the same money.
Yeah.
One big happy wallet.
Maybe that's how I can save $1,500 a month.
Stop paying the bills?
Well, I don't pay the bills. Stacy takes care of the bills.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this truck and I'm investing all the time. Maybe.
Seems like you're... I don't want to say it, but you're shafting her on that.
Yeah, as if. I'm kidding, of course. We contribute to the joint account as well. We call it the joint.
The happy wallet.
The joint.
One big happy
Everything
wallet.
out of the joint, man.
You know what I want? God. Actually, what I want to bring up is one of your previous picks that I've been watching.
Yeah.
Which Ozark.
One? Oh, God.
On the Netflix.
That's got
What a fantastic series.
I'm starting that this week.
You should watch
I can't believe you haven't started that.
Yeah. No, I
So which season episode are you
now on season 3.
Oh, God.
Episode 2.
Unreal.
Yeah.
He's been historically more of a comedic actor, right? Like with Arrested Development and that kind of stuff. Does he bring that aspect?
And it's so good because it's so dark.
You know who I like?
Okay.
Yeah, you know who I really like in that show?
Who?
Ruth.
Oh, God, Ruth is fantastic.
Yeah.
If you can handle, like, every third word is an F-bomb out of her, even into season 7.
Oh, yeah.
It's unreal.
7 seasons?
No.
Yes.
No.
4.
Season 4.
Okay.
I'm hoping for 7.
All right.
But
yeah, she's what, 19, 20 years old? She just tells it like it.
Wise beyond her years, though.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Like, just a really good character.
Is she one of his kids?
No.
She ends up being an employee, I guess.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't no spoilers.
No spoilers.
She's hilarious though. I really like
Ruth. Great, I'm glad you like it. That's a
great
one of our favorite series for sure.
I'm honestly addicted.
Yeah, you could go home and watch.
I'm gonna go home and watch
TV all day and night.
Number 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Season 3, episode 2.
All right.
Before I edit this.
Okay.
Podcast.
Well, that's probably a good note to end on. A real positive.
It is. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Duff.
All right, and JB, thank you for the coffee and being here.
Hey, I'm glad you got out and went and saw a movie. That's awesome.
Oh, it's pretty good. It felt pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Good.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Yeah,
it's good. And the apple fritter was fantastic.
Oh, it looked very good.
Thank you, JB.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah,
and your sticky fingers.
And my sticky fingers.
Fun to comment.
Is that? Did you say stinky or sticky?
Sticky.
Stinky and sticky.
Are you sniffing his fingers?
Can you
edit that part, maybe?
Yeah. And to you, the good listener. Warning. Thank you for listening.
I think we've had the most warnings in this show.
Car coffee.
I really think we had.
Oh God.
I'm gonna be here all day editing, putting in all the warnings.
That's a lot of stuff. You got some work to do today.
If you put a lot of warnings, you're gonna have to shorten them a little bit. Just say like quick warning.
But I do like the idea of the fact check, fact check audio bit. Whatever.
Something fact check.
Isn't it? It's just my voice, right?
But not sounding silly like that.
My joke.
Check.
Well, no, you know why I said that? It's like whenever did your kids ever watch Dora?
Yeah, of course.
You know, backpack.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, I
digressed there.
That's fine. You have a soft spot for Dora. That's cool.
Well, I missed those days.